Well, good morning. It's Monday, February 28th, 2022, on my way into the day job. Some sad news came through yesterday that Tracy's grandmother passed away in her late 90s. I'm not sure if she was 96 or 98, but just a great lady. Always chipper, always quick-witted, and it was really sad. Wish we could have spent more time with her. Of course, this last couple of years with COVID and everything really hindered that. Asked Tracy, how she and the others were doing, and she only replied that Aaron's taking it the hardest. And of course, I'm not talking to anybody really currently at the moment because I came home on Friday. And actually, let's preface this with the backstory. On Thursday, I had a conversation in the evening with Tracy's mom about Daisy, and we had found out that the neighbor was actually the owner of Daisy, and that happened through a conversation outside. And quite frankly, we don't have a leg to stand on. We don't own the dog. If anybody, police were called because we have the dog and, there's a dispute, the police are going to end up, going with who's the person that paid for the dog. And we did not pay for the dog. Chris, our next door neighbor, did. And of course, Chris is our next door neighbor. So there's a political, side to all of this. And, I had a conversation with Tracy's mom about it, and of course, both Tracy's mom and Tracy are very strong animal advocates. And when we found the dog, I guess Tracy said, I don't know if this is reality or not, but said that they had taken the dog to the vet, and the vet said yes, they do know who the owner is, but the dog has been neglected because the dog is vastly underweight, and they would not provide us with the address of the owner. And I had found who the owner was, but that was a house a couple blocks over, so I don't know if Chris was dating that individual and that person had decided to put something out onto the Nextdoor app or what, but we did know, but we didn't take any effort to try and find the owner. We just loved Daisy to death. And so Nana and I had a very strong conversation, and she just was like, well, if he would have just done XYZ. And I turned around and I said, sometimes stuff happens and you don't know why somebody didn't do XYZ. You have no idea what the backstory is. You have no idea how long the dog was actually missing as to why it may have lost some weight, etc. And I turned around and I said, well, sometimes you don't know why people made a left-hand turn into traffic, because that was something that Nana had done twice. And I'd even tried using an analogy with her about her dog, and if her dog, who just had like 17 teeth removed, was found because the dog got out and somebody else took the dog in, took it to a vet, found the owner, and the vet said, hey, this dog's been neglected because it needs 17 teeth pulled. And ultimately, you'd want your dog back too, and the backstory as to why it is that dog had lost his teeth. So, we just parted ways. We're done. Conversation was over. She didn't like, that analogy. She didn't like the part about the accident. Well, I came home Friday evening, and on Friday evening, the garage door was open. I came into the laundry room only to hear Nana throwing me under the bus about that conversation. She couldn't even remember what the conversation was about. And, Aaron's in the kitchen. Everybody's getting ready to eat dinner. And, Nana's throwing me under the bus in front of, Tracy. And instead of Tracy saying, this is not acceptable, we need to have this conversation on the side. Tracy, with Aaron right there, proceeded to say, "Welcome to my worst nightmare." And then I opened the door to the garage, and they don't know now whether or not I heard that conversation or not. And quite frankly, I'm sure that they really don't care, but I'm letting them stew in their own guilt about that. So, yesterday was our anniversary. Yesterday, Marie, Tracy's grandmother, Aaron's great-grandmother, Nana's mom, passed away, on her anniversary. Now, I had bought a gift because I was listening to what Tracy said that she would like, and she said that she would like a painting that was behind Mike Lindell from the My Pillow guy, and I found it online on Etsy, and I purchased it, and unfortunately, this was purchased back on February 7th, and February 7th, and all it has is pre-shipping listed inside of Etsy as far as the tracking and whatnot. I've corresponded multiple times with them, and they're just like, I don't know what's happening. I'm pretty sure that this is just a person that's putting up the products for sale and whatever the fulfillment center, whether it be on a cargo ship, or what. I'm not sure, but the gift hasn't come in. So, of course, I didn't reach out to Tracy to say happy anniversary. Tracy didn't reach out to say happy anniversary. So, it's like right now I'm just kind of running through my mind, what do I do? And I'm not going to end anything. I'm just going to keep my head down. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, paying off debt, saving up money, and ultimately, like I've always said before, if I'm not here anymore, and if I'm not the breadwinner of the family, their lives all get flipped upside down. But ultimately, I walk away with the knowledge. I've read the 14 books. I've done all the notes. I've stockpiled up the cash. I've got the retirement, in place. And they have nothing. And, Tracy won't find a job. She just sits down and plays video games to get, gift cards and whatnot. So, ultimately, I know that I will stand on my own 2 feet no matter what, and quite frankly, I'd be happy living by myself. So I don't know that I would get a dog, although at some point in time, that would be a wonderful thing, but I would want to make sure that I was actually home and doing day trading so that I could spend time with the dog instead of being out and about. But I have probably nixed the plans about moving to Pennsylvania just because I can't DoorDash year-round in Pennsylvania because of the snow, and I think that would just be a very difficult thing, to accomplish. And I don't, if there was some type of a guarantee that, wow, thanks, you're like the postman, which we take care of our postman as far as a tip at the end of the year, just to say thank you, a very small token of our appreciation and our gratitude. But, not everybody does. So if all of a sudden I was driving through snow and ice and everything else and putting my vehicle, in danger, high risk, low reward because, blizzard, snow, ice, and everything else, and, I make $2 on a delivery, no. So I'd much rather be by myself, maybe live in Prescott, Show Low, somewhere where there's trees and mountains, and it would be nice if there was a little small lake or a creek or something along those lines, just to fulfill my ultimate dream of trees, mountains, and water type of an environment. So that's kind of a pseudo game plan, and I'd always be able to commute into town to go DoorDash and trade, during the day. So I don't mind that commute, type of a thing. This can all be possibly just a plan or an option, because if I'm able to stockpile up enough cash and if I'm successful enough at trading, then there might be enough that I don't need to DoorDash, and I would just be able to make say 10%, per month cumulative. So right now it's what I do. I just plan A, plan B, plan C, redundancy, and so I have no idea what's going to happen. So all I'm doing is continuing down the same path. I'm not saying anything. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And so looks like somebody's pulling into the parking lot behind me, so I don't know what that's all about. All right, Mexican standoff. All right, they're starting to go. Don't know who that is or what they're doing. So I'm going to end the video because I have no idea what type of a situation I'm walking into. All right, love you. Bye.